This week on TGC News, a Turkish mutt, an integral suppressed gun that might not suck, a bunch of new affordable optics, and the Army's new weapons have been selected. If you need gun accessories, check out Fab Defense. They have all kinds of parts for the AR platforms, like pistol grips, butt stocks, foregrips, and more. I'm really enjoying this sort of mid-range setup on my digital camo AR with the wrap stock, gratis grip, and spike bipod. There's also flip-up sights and parts for your AK or even your pistol. From long-range setups to compact AR pistols and everything in between. Fab Defense has something for everyone. To learn more, check out fab-defense.com. Welcome back to another episode of the Gun Collective News, the only gun news show that covers things that you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Before we get cracking, I'm going to address something that keeps coming up in the comments. The TGC panel at NRAM is not happening again this year. There are a multitude of reasons why that's not going to happen. However, we are planning something that's going to be way better to take its place. Keep an eye out for the official announcement video. We're still nailing down some details, but keep your calendar clear for the last weekend of June, especially if you live anywhere near Grinnell, Iowa. I'm sure you guys can figure that out. Now, how about some gun news? First up, a new one being imported by SAR USA, SAR USA, aka the US side of Sarsılmaz out of Turkey. As per usual with Turkish guns, it appears on the surface to be a complete and utter ripoff of some other guns that were very successful. It's called the SAR9 CX or Compact X. We looked at the SAR9 before, but I'll give you a quick rundown on the specs of this one. It is a striker-fired 9mm with a 4-inch barrel, 15 round mags, and on the outside, it appears to borrow the grip from an HKVP9, including the grip panels that swap out. And the slide appears to be from the IWI Masada, maybe? The slide has serrations front and rear, as well as some lightning cuts up front. The sights are a 3-dot white basic setup, and the trigger appears to be borrowed from the bargain bin, and I am extremely skeptical that it is any good. It looks like something off of like an old SIG Mosquito or some other trash like that. It's rare to see a gun with a trigger shoe that looks like that that's actually decent. I don't know why that's the case. It's just the way I see it. And here's the thing about this gun that's going to feel a bit weird. It's a Turkish import, right? The price. The MSRP on this gun is $639. For that money, you get 2 mags, a range use only holster, like a Phobos style one, and a mag carrier, and some janky airsoft quality light. In that price range, there are a lot of other guns, and I'll be honest, some might be a better call. That's without shooting this gun. I'd love to hear from you guys and see if you agree or disagree, and especially if you own one of the other SAR9s, please sound off so we can hear from an actual owner in the comments. Next up this week is a couple rifles from a company I don't think we've ever given much airtime here on the show. They're called Defense, and they have 2 new guns we're going to look at, the Stealth MS3 and Stealth MS5. Both are very similar integrally suppressed guns, with the MS3 being chambered in 300 blackout and the 5 in 5.56. They are AR-15s, which is unremarkable, but they have some neat features about them. First is their monoblock barrel, which has the gas block machined right into the barrel. That's pretty interesting. That's a neat idea. They also have a bolt that has some reinforcements where standard mil-spec units can break. It's actually where the pivot pin is, and that's really neat. Again, pretty interesting. These Stealth MS3 and MS5 rifles have a 9-inch section of rifled bore and have a 7.25-inch long suppressor section welded to the end of it. That brings the overall length to 16.25 inches, and because the suppressor is part of the barrel unit, it's a single stamp gun. It's not like you attach the thing and it's an SBR and a suppressor, blah, blah, blah. It's all one. That's pretty cool. The furniture on the gun is an HM Defense stock and grip with a 10 3/8 inch M-LOK handguard. The last I had seen from these guys was 3 years ago when we filmed a machine gun version of their rifles at the IV-8888 shoot. It's really cool footage. It was fun to shoot that gun. To see these new integral guns is pretty cool, but I'm curious to see if those unique parts are worth the MSRP of $19.95 for these guns. It's actually on the affordable end of integral guns, so we'll see. Next up this week, we have new stuff in the world of optics. Veridian, a company primarily known for their lasers and gun-mounted cameras, has released a new set of green dot optics. Green lasers are Veridian's thing, and this keeps that green trend going. There are 7 new models, and I won't get too deep into them because of that. We'll start with the GDO lineup, which has 4 new of the 7. These are all tube-style optics, and they have green reticles, unsurprisingly. The GDO 22 starts at a price of $179 and goes up from there to the top end, which is the GDO 25, even though the numbers don't follow in order, at $289. There's also the RFX line, which has 3 models and is the reflex-style optics. The RFX 35 uses an RMR footprint, the RFX 25 has a doctor-style footprint, and the RFX 15 has the shield footprint. They are all priced at $289 and feature a 3 MOA green dot. It seems like we've got a boatload of choices these days when it comes to affordable optics, and this is just another addition to that. Leave a like on the video if you want to see us test these out in our gun reviews. If you're not watching our gun reviews, I want to know why. Leave a comment down below. Also in new optics news, affordable optics actually, from Holosun. It's called the SCS, or Solar Charged Sight, and it is an ultra low profile slide riding optic currently only for Glock MOS pistols. The premise is that it has an internal rechargeable battery, and it uses the solar array on the top rear of the optic to keep things charged up for low light and to auto-adjust the brightness in direct sun. You'll also notice that the optic carries the sort of Glock serrations on the sides and looks like it was almost a factory option for the gun. This is another one that comes with a green reticle and has a 32 MOA ring and a 2 MOA dot in the middle.
Green.
Honestly, it sounds like a great idea, and who doesn't love an optic that fits the gun like that? Like super low, really tight to the slide, that's cool. The MSRP for the SCS is $435. Really not that bad. And before we get into the big pile of gundustry news, I want to mention that Federal is finally rolling out the CCI Blazer Brass version of 30 Super Carry. That means that we are likely going to start seeing more of that cartridge soon, hopefully proliferating out. In fact, we just got a small shipment of our own for testing purposes. I don't think it was the Blazer Brass. I think we have some other stuff. But anyway, video coming on that. MSRP on the 115 grain Blazer Brass version of the 30 Super Carry is $30.99 for 50 rounds. Definitely not cheap. I'm excited to see how this stuff performs, though, so whatever. Okay, moving on. One grade does it all with Rockset, the engineering adhesive. This non-toxic, odorless, and non-flammable ceramic cement is one of the best ways to keep your gun ready to rock. You like that pun? I made up that's mine. I did that. We use it for muzzle devices, mounting pistol optics, scope rings, things of that nature, and I know you guys could come up with a ton more uses than we have. And don't worry, if you ever need to unlock it, you can actually soak this stuff in hot water for 20 minutes, and boom, good as new. Not only that, but it resists temperatures from negative 350 all the way up to 2015 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes it perfect for gun stuff. To get 10% off, use our code GUNCOLLECTIVE over at flexbar.com, or go to the link in the description on our Instagram bio. Use that same code GUNCOLLECTIVE to get your discount at checkout. In gundustry news this week, we've got a bunch, and I'm going to try my best to keep it really short. Remington reopened their very own sporting clays course in Lone Oak, Arkansas. The gun club was actually established in 1978, and during the bankruptcy, the company's falling apart thing, that was shut down. It's now been reopened to the public, and that's super cool. Sporting clays is one of the most fun shooting sports around. It's like a gateway drug. It is so much fun, and I'm jealous of anyone who lives near that course. It's nice to see the once flailing brand seemingly finding better footing. Liberty Ammunition has a new CEO named Gary Ramey. Ramey was formerly the president of Honor Defense, a company that made a Smith & Wesson Shield clone. He also had some involvement in Beretta years back and some other stuff. He's been in the industry a while. I'm very curious to see how this affects Liberty. For those unaware, Liberty Ammo's claim to fame is their ultra lightweight bullets, like a 50 grain 9mm or something crazy like that travel at blistering speeds downrange. Still rolling forward, Winchester has taken home another huge Army contract for ammo. This time it's for pistol stuff in 38 caliber, 45 caliber, and 9mm ammo, and is valued at $145 million. Wow. The only thing that comes to mind is, what the hell is the Army using chambered in 38? What do they use? Do they still have revolvers? What am I missing here? And capping off this week's industry news is SIG Sauer. They announced recently that they took home the big win for the Army's next generation Squad Weapons Initiative program, whatever they want it. That means that the Army plans at some point in the future to start using the 6.8 by 51 SIG Fury hybrid ammo, otherwise known as 277 Fury to the commercial market. The XM250, which is the light machine gun chambered for that round, is belt fed. That's cool. There's also the XM5, otherwise known as the MCX Spear, again chambered in that round. And then they also included the SLX suppressor as part of that project as well. Honestly, it's exciting to see what comes of this new thing. I can't wait to see how this affects the commercial side of things. And I'm really excited to see new guns chambered in 6.851. That's going to be cool. I'm very curious to see how the round starts making its way into the AR-10 market, because after all, it's the same length and case diameter as a 308. Of course, that's why the Army picked it. It's going to be great. Sound off in the comments with what gun you want to see chambered for that round first. And guys, that's it this week. If you enjoyed the show and you want to see an ad-free version, check us out on Floatplane after you click the like button on the video, because it was a short one. We made it short for you guys. Easy to watch. Be sure to hit the secret affiliate link down in the description. That's a big help. We really appreciate it, and you guys get discounts on stuff, so who doesn't love that? Of course, don't forget to get subscribed for more gun news every single week, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.